Hi everyone, welcome to Dharma Earth's Dose of Dharma. This is a dose of Dharma for today. Okay, so let us try to see how restlessness affects meditation. Okay, so when a person wants to develop samatha, calmness, peacefulness of the mind, stillness of the mind, then usually they develop calm and peacefulness. Okay, then if we have mentioned previously that restlessness may be present even when there is pleasant feeling. So, when we are trying to meditate, we usually try to develop tranquility, and tranquility gives the quality of the mind like that. Gives a very calm feeling, very calm and very peaceful feeling, right? Then if we do not know precisely whether the mind is wholesome or unwholesome, then we may take for calm what is actually unwholesome. Okay? Or we may have attachment to that calm. Right? Therefore, the samatha practice cannot be developed without right understanding. So if we understand and we know when the chitta is peaceful in the wholesome way, or whether it is in the unwholesome way, whether there is clinging, whether there is attachment, whether there is restlessness, then it is easier for us to develop this samatha, like that. So when is it unwholesome? Actually, when the mind is clinging to the quietness or the peacefulness. Okay? So you can say, oh, Bande, it is very, very difficult. Uh, it feels the same. How can I differentiate it? Okay? There's one very good indicator, which is look at the result. That means, you see, whenever we have attachments, whenever we have unwholesome mind, then there is attachment, right? And then I mean, anger is pretty easy to find out, right? But I mean, for attachments and greed, it is not easy. All right. So the restlessness that comes with anger mind easy, because you just check the anger mind, you already know that there will definitely there's restlessness. But what about like greed, attachments to to quietness, to calm? How do we know whether we have attachment or not? Very easy. If because you do not get that quietness, or you do not experience it, or it doesn't fulfill your expectation, or because you lost it and you get angry, any emotions, any negativity, any emotions that arises because you do not get that quietness, then we can say that there is attachment to the, whether to the calm, or to the peacefulness, or yeah, like that. And then when there is attachment, there will be restlessness. All right. So also, if one is very, this is practical already, if one is very sensitive, okay, very mindful and very sensitive about the mind, then when, for example, when they develop metta, okay, when loving kindness, they feel happy, they feel calm. But if they feel calm, but the mind still has some restlessness there, still is, it's not like totally calm, it still has some restlessness there, and it continues for quite some time, then actually we can really check whether, hey, there may be some attachments. It may be attachments to the feeling that, or the happy feeling that the metta, the loving kindness practice brings, or it may be attachment to the image, it may be attachments to the result, any kind. Yeah. So whenever there's attachment, definitely there will be restlessness. All right. Yeah, so, and then also when we practice meditation, uh, actually restlessness arises very often, but sometimes we do not notice it. Okay, so when we practice meditation, this restlessness it prevents the mind from applying itself to wholesomeness. Okay, therefore it is a hindrance. Then in this way we waste opportunities for wholesomeness. For example, when we meditate, if there are some tasks which you need to do, and if we think and we worry about the tasks that you have to do, then there is restlessness. You see how it affects us, right? Okay. Yeah, so how do we overcome it? With mindfulness. And then also we try to understand that it arises with all the whole unwholesome mind states. So whenever there's unwholesome mind states, there's restlessness. So what about the eradication of it? Well, only the arahant, the one who has totally eradicated all defilements in the mind, then they can totally eradicate restlessness. All right. So as long as there are still conditions for the arising of an unwholesome mind, it has to be accompanied by ignorance, by shamelessness, shame of wrongdoing, fear or dread of wrongdoing, and restlessness. Okay, whether the unwholesome mind is coarse or subtle, these four qualities definitely accompany the unwholesome mind. Okay, and assist it in performing its function, the unwholesome mind's function. Right? So let us be mindful, let us continue to purify our mind, and hopefully all of us here will be able to attain arahantship and be able to uh, totally eradicate restlessness in our life. And may the Triple Gem bless all of us to be able to attain this path, fruition, and nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.